man na yaman. Earlier in my life, I struggled with a lot of things: family, friends, school, and myself. Until we moved in the province of Antique from Davao City for another chance in life. I grew up in a family with so many things to remember. Damo rules nga dapat sundon. From having a good manners that will teach me respect and will help others respect them. Saying thank you that shows appreciation, while saying please shows thoughtfulness. Manners also display gratitude instead of entitlement. Paano kami maghambal kinahanglan gid magpo kag opo pagrespetar sa tigulang. The way we walk, dress, sit, magkaon with etiquettes, and so many. Kag kung hindi ka gani magsunod, magluhod ka gid sa asin, monggo, bakulon sang uway nga nakahapa, kag sang makabungol nga sermon. Unimaginable circumstances on how our Nanay Laura, our mom, wants us to be perfect individuals, which for real can speak wonders about a child's personality. It's weird sometimes, I find it easier to talk to animals and plants. Usahay do buang lang, damo guro makarelate sini. Kung awayon ko ang agot nga bata sa akon yaya Ludi, hindi ka bato kay mahadlok, igo lang makibi sa igad. I can't pick a fight with my siblings, because being the youngest of the family, I am not allowed. Not even allowed to talk without permission. But all these have taught me invaluable life lessons. I had the best way nga pagpadako halin sa isa ka respetado nga iloy, and one of the best mom in the world. Throughout my life, I'm always moving, always adapting to new challenges, shifting different career paths or business from one place to another. I always do the best I can to help others, and just try to do good, and always defending the oppressed, even if it displeases the eyes of many. I am quiet and socially awkward, and do not have many friends. Many times the turn of events in life seem to appear bad, or not in my favor. Nevertheless, with the passage of time, realization dawns and we soon understand that the turn of events had worked to our benefit after all. It's a simple reality. Shit happens, things go wrong, people upset us, will we also upset anyone? Mistakes are made, and negative emotions arise, and that's fine. Throughout my life, I have been exposed to the challenge called change. Change can occur in many different ways, and is dealt with in many different ways. I have come to the awareness that the change can be the deepest of all things. There are numerous challenges of change, yes, but change doesn't have to occur over a climactic incident. It can just appear overnight when your brain winds up and when it's time to do something different. Bisan mga friends mo nga close gid sa imo. Most of my friends from elementary and high school, I don't talk to them anymore. For obvious reasons, people will turn down the changes in life. I heard the age-old question about the purpose of life because I've heard it so much from my mom. However, the first time that I really took time to think about it was a few years ago, April of 2005, when I took the International Diploma course for Community Development at the Asian Social Institute, a graduate school specializing in economics and community development in Manila, Philippines. At our school dormitory in my room, I recall waking up in the morning asking myself a simple question. What am I looking forward to today? To my surprise, I couldn't answer the question. Kag na-realize ko, nagakabuhi gali ako in an extremely boring and meaningless life. Everyone around me have different view of what it means to live a successful and happy life. And it felt like the structure of the society were kind of holding me back from being myself. That I don't belong. I then stumbled upon another question. Ano gid ang purpose sa kabuhi? Kag anong himuon ko in the future? I went through my day as normal with my classmates from different countries and took note on what made me feel like I had a purpose. The things that made me feel purpose were the things that I enjoyed and the things where nobody questions me. Throughout my life, I have always thought of myself as a failure. I was a failure for not being smart enough, friendly enough, or not good looking enough. Always I criticized myself for not putting in enough effort in order to work up to the full potential. Though this wasn't about working up to my full potential, but for not fulfilling the unrealistic expectations that I had burdened upon myself and the people closest to me. The burdens that I carried weighed me down like how an anchor holds down a boat. Only it was attached to my mind instead of my ankle or a ship. The weight of the self-hatred and low self-esteem that I had made me feel like I was drowning. There wasn't a bright horizon that could be seen in the distance, but instead more black and gray clouds that would bring another storm my way. Pandemic comes, day after day. I would look at myself in the mirror, tearing myself down. I would tell myself every night that I was never enough. I believed that I was a weak and worthless individual, a waste of time. This kind of hateful thinking made it a struggle to stay afloat. Eventually, I realized that I wasn't a failure. I had to first learn for myself to begin to let go of the dark and anxious thoughts that had plagued me. Once I accepted that I would never be able to fulfill those unrealistic expectations that I had, I actually was successful in many ways. Ang point ko lang is that I've learned how to embrace yung gusto ko na buhay. Kasi gusto ko to na buhay pero hindi ko alam kung paano. Kasi hindi ako sanay. But I had adjusted. Dito ko na-learn kung paano ko kalimutan ang magpa-manicure pedicure. Dito ko na-learn kung paano ko kalimutan yung mga skincare. Jennifer de la Paz Gasatan, thank you. Dito ko ngayon malilearn, mapapractice na kaya ko palang pandayin yung aking kitchen, na ako lang magpapanday, ako magkakarpentero, ako magmartilyo, maglagari, lahat. Progressive on a daily basis. Ako yung gagawa ng pugon ko, ng dapog ko. Yung oven ko ako gagawa na made of lupa lang siya. Not to brag about having the current family I have, hindi ko man sila kabubo,
ninyo,
pero
mga
sila
Bisaya din na.
nag-accept sa akin unconditionally in the absence of my real mom, Nanay Laura. My only family whom with high hopes. I want to make her very proud of me in the very near future. Sa akong gali nga Nanay Tessie, Tita Chita, Tio Rodolfo, Panyang, Dandan, JJ, Janjan, Raiden, Jason, Mami Diding Carmelita Rojas, Auntie Godi, Mami Jo, Ate Sailin, Ate Vux, Mami Nenet, Daddy Onoy, who's been with me during my highs and lows. Unsa man niyo ay makahilak man. I believe that I am not just enough. I am good enough for society. I am good enough to be myself without the burden of negative thoughts and unrealistic expectations. Is tinig ng kalikasan going to be the answer to finally belong? I don't know. Only time can tell. If there's one thing they want to keep in mind is that being successful is not just about winning in life. It's how we look up to our supreme being with a grateful heart and how we become more aware of what's important. Investing time in meaningful things and give my energy to things that actually matter. In making a difference to create an impact for our society. I will continue this advocacy until the end of a lifelong challenge and journey to a purpose-driven life. Finally, I am now living my dream. When I was a kid, I had always been dreaming of living a life on the farm. A place where my sweat nurtures the ground and produces the food that I eat to survive. Now that I'm living my dream, I realize that this is going back to basics of life. Self-sustenance. There's no work purer than this. I found my purpose. I hope you will find yours too.